Okay. Someone's radio is playing. I know we are home. Coming on my friend, that's my son, because I'm locked down with my son. Just the two of us. Okay. Now, the next one that I wanted us to be working on, or to look at, or to peel the layers, you know, the next onion is habits. What habits have shaped you to be who you are? What habits have inspired you to be the person that you are now? Nana, Mama is working, okay? And I mean, we are now in the middle of a pandemic. There are certain habits that when we got into the space of the pandemic, we religiously believed in those habits. We would go as far as saying, I don't do things that way. My beliefs are these when it comes to this. And those then become the habits that shape you and that become the blueprint of your behavior. Now, I want us to kind of think deeper on what habits have we embraced by choice? One. Because habits can be imposed on you. Habits can be, they can be forced on you. Habits can be suggested on you. But now, remember, you are an individual. You are a unique person. How have those habits shaped you, your thinking, your behavior, and how you shape your environment? Because remember, the ecosystem plays a huge role on who we are, who we aspire to be, and who we become. And the first step when we now explore who you are wrong. And then when we move on to explore who you aspire to become, it means that you are in an ecosystem that has other feelers. You know, there's energies, there's forces that are working in that space that are now informing the blueprint. You know, if you were an architect, you would be sitting with other architects and understanding that you had this plan that you are working on, but now you realize that you need to have a room, and that room needs to look a certain way. The sun must interject or penetrate that room in a certain way. And also, if you are thinking about networks, how will a certain network be working if you are in a certain room? For instance, something very simple. I don't know if you know that in terms of a network, just test it when we're done. Go around your house, the different rooms, right? You will find that in a certain room, a network yako is way better than in another room. Which then means that the same way that you aspire to become something else, the forces and the elements and the ecosystem, there is a huge role that they play in who you become. And then now you have become, you have been molded. Now, all those habits of yours, what information do they then transmit to the broader society, to those around you? How do you inspire those who are around you so that your habits can become their habits? Your way of thinking can become their way of thinking. You inspire them in a way that is positive, that has positive repercussions towards your own growth and positive repercussions towards their own growth. Then when we get to that space, that is when we are talking about personal development. A lot of people forget that while you are tackling all these issues, just because right now I'm the one who has been granted the platform to talk, this is a check-in for all of us. While I'm the one who's facilitating this process, I am also learning something about myself. I am also growing in the process of you listening and the inputs that you are going to give us back. Therefore, meaning that the movement that is starting is not going to stop now. The detox was happening last week, and now we are tackling different elements of your wellness, of your self-care. A lot of us as parents, we forget about ourselves when we have children, when you have your husband, when you are a leader. You let go and forget that at the end of the day, you are like this cup. If this cup is empty, you've got nothing to offer.